Good afternoon. It's an honor to have a floor today here, and I'll try to be brief and give you just some maybe main figures, main ideas about what's going on in Ukraine in the field of economy and the prospects of developing our cooperation with the U.S., trade and economic cooperation with the U.S. At this stage, Ukraine is getting out of difficult economic period during which the economy was severely affected by the world economic crisis. We almost overcome this crisis. I mean, the government of Ukraine almost overcome this crisis and prevented further decline in living standards of our citizens. According to figures, the growth for the year 2010, the growth of GDP for 2010 was 4%, and the forecast for the year 2011 is 4.5%. According to the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade, the industry production growth will be 6% in the year 2011. We have a clear goal. We need to implement systemic economic reforms in Ukraine, which have been initiated by the President of Ukraine, Viktor Yanukovych, almost weeks ago after his inauguration. The Special Committee on Economic Reforms has been created, and this committee worked hard, and in June 2010 the program on economic reforms for years 2010-2014, Prosperous Society, Competitive Economy and Effective Government, has been adopted, and all the ministries and government agencies as well as business community and involved have started to work in order to implement these reforms. And now we have some first results of these reforms, like the adoption of the tax code, the deregulation process. By now, let's say the number of licenses and permission to set up business has been diminished by 1/3, and the government is working further to make the business environment more friendly to everyone, both to Ukrainians who are would like to set up businesses and foreign companies coming to Ukraine. And we know that we have some problems on that way, like we have to fight corruption, and a lot of has been done, and we are still trying to introduce more strict measures to fight corruption. And by now more than 300 criminal cases are under investigation in Ukraine, and at least half of these cases are dealt with the officials of mid-rank and high-level officials of the current government. Means that it's not only the cases against the former government, but as already told you, more than a half against the current government officials. We have plans to complete the preparation of the drafts on customs code and labor code, which should be brought for consideration by the parliament shortly. We hope that it will be done in 1 to 2 months' time, and these two new pieces of legislation will substantially improve the business environment in Ukraine, and we hope that the proposals which prepared by the government will be taken into account by the members of the parliament, and these two bills will be adopted with all the provisions which should improve the business and investment climate in Ukraine. As you might heard, or I'm sure you heard about that we had on the 15th of February, we had a third meeting of Strategic Partnership Commission. right before that meeting on the 11th and 14th of February, we had a meeting on the working group on energy security, and on the 14th of February it was an energy economic forum, which was organized by U.S. Chamber of Commerce, American Chamber of Commerce in Ukraine, and with the participation of the Ukrainian American Business Council and the Embassy of Ukraine in Washington, D.C. And okay, from my personal opinion, it was a success. This forum attracted more than 30 companies working, mostly American working energy companies, and the participation of Minister for Energy and Coal, Mr. Boyko, as well as the First Deputy Chief of Administration of the President's Staff, Ms. Akimova, actually made a great input into the success of that forum. A lot of questions had been discussed, and let me give you an example that Minister Boyko told the participants that now his ministry put the proposal to the government to improve the rules for energy companies coming to Ukraine and establish exploration businesses. Since before that it was a requirement that foreign companies which would like to establish businesses in Ukraine in order to explore the gas or resources had to establish a joint venture with the Ukrainian company. We hope that it will be no case anymore in a short period of time, which means that American companies like ExxonMobil, Chevron finally will come to Ukraine, and during the Strategic Partnership Commission meeting, the memorandum of understanding between the government of Ukraine and the government of the United States of America on unconventional gas resources has been signed. Also called unconventional gas is also called shale gas, and Ukraine became the first European country which joined the U.S. Global Initiative on Shale Gas. And we hope that with the signing of that memorandum, additional opportunities will be open to Ukraine to attract foreign investments, to attract U.S. and international energy companies to come to Ukraine and to start exploration of shale gas. And at the very end of the day, both sides will benefit from that, since it will greatly reduce Ukraine's dependence on energy supply. Yeah, and we have some projects with U.S. Agency for Trade and Development, which finally decided to finance the project on rehabilitation of gas and oil wells. During these meetings which we had with different kinds of U.S. officials, Mrs. Akimova and Minister Boyko actually expressed their willingness to further work in order to improve the business and investment climate in Ukraine, and I'm sure that we will do our utmost to make this reality. Thank you.